I'm John Strohmeyer with Strohmeyer Law, and today we're answering the question, what can an executor of an estate use estate funds to pay for? We know that an executor or an administrator will be appointed to wrap up a deceased person's final tasks. So paying bills, collecting assets, and then distributing the remaining estate assets to the beneficiaries. But they're going to incur some costs as they go along. Things like paying for probate fees, paying for attorney fees, appraisals, and other things that may be involved in transferring assets. They can spend money either out of their own pocket and get reimbursed by the estate, or they can use estate assets to pay for those costs. So what can that executor pay for without running afoul of their duties? Well, we're going to look at our Texas Estates Code. Category 1, preserving, safekeeping, and basically maintaining the assets in the estate. So if there's a house, they're going to need to pay to keep that insurance on the house, pay to keep it up to date. They don't necessarily have to make improvements, but what they should be doing is keeping it in the same condition that it was so that it's not losing any of its value. Remember, executors are fiduciaries, and as a fiduciary, they're going to have to preserve that property and see that no harm comes to it. Category 2 is going to be collecting or attempting to collect assets owned by the estate. So this is where the executor is going to have to go out, find the assets of the estate, and the costs incurred in collecting and finding those assets are going to be expenses that the executor can be reimbursed for. Finally, recovering or attempting to recover any estate assets or claims held by the estate is going to be our third category of claims where the executor will be reimbursed. So this is if there's a claim that the estate has, whatever the executor needs to do within reasonable bounds to get that back. Obviously, if the estate is owed $100 and it's going to cost $300 to get that money back, it's going to be a waste of assets for the estate and the executor to go after and collect on that debt. So most of the times we're going to want our executors to go out and spend the money to collect on those claims. If there's going to be a case where, we may actually waste money going to prosecute a claim, we may not want the executor doing that. So to recap, executors are entitled to get reimbursed for their expenses. They're going to fall in three broad categories. Category 1, whatever it takes to preserve and defend and protect the assets of the estate. Category number 2 is going to be collecting or any of the assets of the estate. And category 3 is going to be whatever it needs to be done to follow up and collect on claims owed to the estate, so including attorney's fees. Thanks so much.